Did you know that fine motor skills actually dominate the major area of functioning in our day-to-day life? Fine motor skill is so much necessary to do all sort of our day-to-day activity, and it's absolutely not dispensable at all. So if you want to build skills in your children and make them independent and lead a life of dignity, then you should definitely watch this video and also learn more about fine motor skills. And in this video, you will learn about top 10 fine motor skills needed for the development of your child with special needs. Let us check it out. Hi, I am Anuradha Deshpande, mother of a young man experiencing developmental disabilities, and I am also a clinical psychologist, counselor, and a special educator, founder of Care and Care Life Skill Academy. And this pandemic made me into a digital disability life skill coach. And I am on a mission to empower 100,000 parents of children experiencing any form of developmental disabilities and help them build skills in their children so that they can navigate into a life of independence and dignity. And this I do that through my Care Life Skill curriculum, which deals with hundreds of sub skills and 30 core skills. And through this channel, Dignity in Disability, I bring to you 2 weekly episodes of Tuesday Facts and Friday Facts. And through Tuesday Facts, I have started a new series of skill building episodes. And in this series, today I'm going to talk about fine motor skills. And to learn more about these fine motor skills, let us use a mind map. Welcome to the mind map. Let us learn about fine motor skill from the beginning to the end. So let us learn about fine motor skills. Fine motor skills are the ability to control and coordinate the small muscles in our hands and enable precise movement. Fine motor skills in the development of a child plays a very important role because it helps us to do various activities now and also in the future, like writing, drawing, sketching, and also it helps us in undertaking everyday tasks such as tying the shoelace or buttoning your shirt or using a knife and fork to eat. When we are on the topic of discussing fine motor skills, let me tell you that fine motor skills has got several components to it. But today we are going to talk about top 6 components of fine motor skills. The first component is arm and hand strength. Arm and hand strength, as the name suggests, is to improve the tone of our hands, to improve the muscles in our thumb and other fingers. It also defines and develops the arches of our hand, and it helps in hand manipulation and improves overall the endurance and strength of our hands. And the activities to improve this component is to simply tie rubber band and remove them around a Jenga block, or climbing on a monkey bar and going from one ring to another. Second is grasp. Grasp has 2 aspects. One is gross grasp and fine grasp. In gross grasp, there are 2 more subclasses, that is cylindrical grasp and spherical grasp. A cylindrical grasp is one in which the whole hand is in contact with the object, and the activities to improve this grasp is pushing and pulling toys and a tug of war where you hold the whole rope, pouring from one container to another container, or hold the ropes of the swing, and or holding the handles of a bicycle. These are some of the activities in cylindrical grasp. So spherical grasp is one in which your hand curves to hold a spherical object. all activities with ball throwing or catching, aiming, closing and opening the lids of bottles, and rolling a play-doh in your hand, or these are all some of the activities which can strengthen this spherical grasp. So in fine grasp we have three activities. One is the pincer grasp, which all of us know that is very important to pick small objects or pick a toothpick, etc. And you can improve these pincer grips by doing these activities, and also pulling some tapes which is already stuck to a board, and you can pull those tapes. That is a very good activity to improve pincer grips. Neat pincer grip is something where the tip of your thumb and the index finger is used. That is to pick the fine objects like a thread or a needle. That is called neat pincer. Tripod grasp is the opposition of the thumb to the pointer finger and the middle finger. So you hold it. This is mainly one of the way to hold your pencil and write, and also to manipulate certain objects. Bilateral coordination is use of both the hands together, or using one as a stabilizer and other as a manipulating hand. So it has three components: symmetrical movements where both the hands do the same thing at the same time. Examples of this coordination is pulling the pants up with both your hands. And the exercise you can perform is jumping rope, jumping jacks, and catching the ball with two hands. Alternating movements is using your alternative extremities in alternating a motion. This form of bilateral coordination is used while climbing a rope ladder or swimming. You can improve this aspect of bilateral coordination by riding a bike or march past. Dominant hand and non-dominant hand, that is using one hand to perform the task and the other hand to help whenever needed. This component of bilateral coordination is seen in writing or cutting with a scissor, where you hold it with one hand and support the paper with the other hand. And the activities to develop this skill is threading, lacing cards, coloring, writing, and also tying shoes. Next is eye-hand coordination. As the name suggests, eye-hand coordination or visual motor skills are necessary when we have to coordinate the visual input and process it and then perform a task, like throwing and catching a ball. They all happen in a split of a second, but you need both eye and hand coordination for that. Coloring activities, connect the dot activities, bouncing balls, tossing a small bean across the hula loop, and rolling a ball to hit down bottles. So these are all eye-hand coordination activities. In-hand manipulation. In-hand manipulation is a process of moving objects in the palm of your hand. Like if you want to put a coin into the piggy bank, you can have a handful of coin and one by one you can put it by manipulating these coins across. It has three components again. Translation. Translation is using your finger for moving a small item in your palm. And this skill is used when we go to a vending machine and put a coin or a piggy bank. The same action, when you just take a handful of coin, but you use your fingers to manipulate it in such a way that you can insert it into a vending machine. Second one is a shift. Shift is moving an object using the pads of your fingers, just the fingers. like zipping your shirt or buttoning your shirt or adjusting the pencil grip, where you don't use any other part of your hand but just the fingers. And rotation is rolling the object on the fingertips, like opening and closing of a bottle or manipulating a pencil in hand and use an eraser end. That is, if you're writing with a pencil and you make a mistake, then you twist to the other side of the pencil which has an eraser. The next one is hand dominance. Although we can work with both of our hands, we favor one hand to the other hand to perform the task. The dominant hand which you choose to do your activities, and the other hand which you use to help the dominant hand to perform these activities. Like we learned earlier, so you use the dominant hand to cut a cardboard, but you use your other hand to hold the cardboard. Or you write with your left hand but hold the paper with the right hand. These are examples of hand dominations. There are hundreds of fine motor skills you can teach your children, but I'm picking the top 10 activities. If you can teach your children with special needs, with lot of variation in it, then you can very well improve their fine motor skills to a greater extent. And these activities are using a tweezer. You can drop some crumbled paper from one place to another container. And how do you variate this? You can, instead of the crumbled paper, you can use pom-pom balls, or you can use a pebble, or you can use a bead. Pinch, squeeze, and roll a play dough. Play dough can be pinched. You can squeeze the play dough and also roll it into different shapes and also roll it in your hands. These are something very helpful. And then manipulating clothing fasteners. Whatever clothing fasteners like belt and zippers and buttons, you can work in with various combinations from small buttons to big buttons. And you can use Velcro, because that's the most commonly used fasteners this time. And buckles, different types of buckles, and how to tie your shoes. The next one is placing beads into ice cube trays. Ice cube trays, then you can put beads, pick some beads with your hands and put it in each of these compartments. You can teach many more skills along with that, like sorting skills or color differentiation skills. All these things, shapes, colors, all these things you can teach your child with one activity. Then squeezing colored water with pipettes into cups. This is a very fun activity. You can make colored water out of food colors or something, and then you can take a pipette and then, or the ink dropper, and squeeze it and make patterns and designs. Tracing stencils. You can make stencils of various texture, and then you can ask your child to trace through it. Cutting straws into small pieces and use it for threading various things, or you can pasta to cubes. All those things you can use it. Cutting yarn and gluing it to the paper. You can small pieces of yarn and you can make your child to glue it in the paper. While talking about it, I'm remembered of a complete skill, that is tearing a paper, crumbling them into small balls and sticking them on the pattern. That is also a very complete fine motor activities, and it will also give a very beautiful outcome when you pattern it in a particular way. Then position rubber bands around small toys like Zynga blocks. You can tie it around them and remove it. Both these activities are very good for the fine motor development. And playing board games. There are a lot of board games where you have to throw a dice or pick something and place it. These are all very good fine motor activities. There are hundreds and hundreds of them. And these are the top picks, which is very easy for you to learn and teach your children. But you have to see that each and every of these activities are performed in the right manner. I'm so sure that if you start practicing these skills with your children, in no time they will learn to build a lot of fine skills to perform their day-to-day task, and whatever task they will be required to do in future, like writing and reading, etc. So if you found this video helpful, then please share this video with your friends, and also comment in the comment box how this was useful to it. Or you can add 2 more activities. If each one of you can add 2 activities here, then it will give a collection of more activities which we can all perform and improve our child's fine motor skills. And also you can subscribe to my channel and ring that bell icon so that you will receive all the notification about the videos I post here, especially my Tuesday Facts and Friday Facts. And yes, click in the description box a link given there to join my exclusive Facebook group, and look out for an announcement there which is going to be helpful to you all. That's all from Tuesday Facts today. I will see you next on Friday with another edition of Friday Facts. Till then, good night and take good care of yourself. See you soon.